Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. A woman done left and took all the reason I was working for. You better not try to stand in my way as I'm walking out the door. Take this job and shove it.
And welcome once again to the Movies and Stuff Show. My name is Dan, and joining me for the last time, Abe.
The last time. This is it. This is it. Soak it up, people.
This is it. This is it. Crazy. How did it come to this? How did it come to this?
How did it come to this? Yeah,
it escalated quickly.
Yeah. I blame Marty. Let's just lay it out there. It's all Marty's fault.
You know, when you add a third person to the mix, Abe.
Yes.
Sometimes doesn't always work, right? I mean,
yeah. Old third wheel Martin there.
No, we joke. So yeah, you know, we'll kind of look back at the origins of our show, how this all came about, how Abe and I, you know, first started even talking and came up with the idea of movies and stuff. And we'll kind of look back at some of our favorite, maybe not so favorite parts of the show. We've been doing this now for a couple of years now, and yeah. I mean prior to the YouTube, prior to the video, we did an audio show too. Like, so we did that for a while. It's hard to even, like, I remember like trying to like create a timeline. I guess almost this timeline goes back for me. It's I've entered my 5th year of podcasting. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we were talking about that. Yeah, it was I guess August of 2013. I guess, right? August 2013.
And that was Shut Up Kids?
Yeah, Shut Up Kids. Yeah. So the first podcast I did with Shut Up Kids, that was with me and Mike and Nick. And, you know, so we did Shut Up Kids. And then that became a weekly thing. It wasn't intended to be. It was kind of just like, oh, let's do a podcast. And I remember how it all started. Is Nick was on Twitter saying, I should do a podcast. That's what he said. He was like, I should do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, I would totally do one. Like, I always wanted to. I was always into podcasts. Probably back from like the days of Lost. You know, Lost had a lot of podcasts, and I started listening to podcasts. So I was always interested in it. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything about me, you know I love talking about myself, and I love the sound of my own voice. I don't
think anybody ever picked up on that.
I think podcasting was a natural fit for me. Yeah. So I did Shut Up Kids, and we started kind of getting a little bit of a following, if you will. We joined up with, at the time it was talkbacker.com. First of this is really a history lesson here. So we started off at Talkbacker, and it was slow going at first, but we started picking up some steam. In fact, Stefan was one of our earliest listeners. Funny enough, Stefan was one of our earliest listeners. We are not forcing Abe out. Come on, stop it.
That's how rumors start.
Stop it. Yeah. So yeah, did Shut Up Kids. It started getting kind of popular. Mike left the show. Conflict of interest. He went on to do some awesome stuff at the Wall Street Journal, interviewing Spielberg and all that shit. But at the same time, me and Nick started doing some interviews too, and I think Sam Rockwell was our first one.
That's a good get for your first one.
Yeah, and then from Sam Rockwell, we started picking up steam, and eventually we're doing, it seems like an interview a week. Almost an interview a week. We were really doing that, and that put a lot of pressure on us to find people to be on the show, do a weekly interview show and stuff. So Nick kind of went his separate way. He had the nightly weekly for a while, and then I decided to do movies and stuff, and that was with you. So that's kind of how I started. Now let's rewind and we'll almost do like the Quentin Tarantino kind of version. Now let's hear your side of how we finally converged and to become movies and stuff.
How did it was started with the debate show over at the supernauts.com with Scott and Dio, right? Yeah, yeah, back in those days. We were hanging out at Talkbacker. I don't know if you guys know this. Talkbacker was a protest site, basically started when Harry Knowles was doing his bullshit Kickstarter nonsense. And Finn started Talkbacker. Mr. X started Talkbackers, but that's a whole other story. Finn started Talkbacker, and people from Ain't It Cool all migrated over there and hung out. And one of the pages that Finn had was the dojo, where people would hang out and shoot the shit. And I remember one time Indiana Peach, who's everybody loves Indiana Peach. He said he wanted to do a Pardon the Interruption just for pop culture. And that always stuck with us. It stuck with me specifically. And I carried that idea for goddamn years. And then I saw Peach online somewhere, so one of the following dojos, and I asked Peach if he wanted to pursue that idea. He said no, but then Dio thought it was a great idea. That was RJD. I don't know if you people ever listened to the old stuff, but RJD, the functional illiterate backstabbing liar, he decided he wanted to do it, and then he kind of claimed it. He kind of claimed the debate show as his own idea. And we were talking about how we were going to do it, how we were going to have a debate show just as a podcast, and we needed somebody else. And because we thought 2 people, that's kind of stupid, we needed a third person at least, and we got Scott. Scott's claim to fame is Scott said yes, and he was available on Facebook at the time Dio sent him an instant message. And so Dio, Scott, and I, which is the strangest group of people ever assembled for a podcast together, we did it for a while. We did the Supernauts debate show, and it seemed to do all right. And then Dan and Nick were still over at Talkbacker at the time. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but Finn was kind of forcing you out the door, right?
Okay, so it was really weird. Talkbacker was kind of splitting into Pulp Epic, and then also still being Talkbacker.
Yeah.
And again, like I thought that we had a good following. I thought like our show pages usually had the highest comments in the comment section. I mean, we had some episodes that seriously had 4,000 comments.
Right. Yeah, you were the place to be.
Like it was every Sunday morning. Sunday around like noon. Everyone just kind of converged, and. I don't know if a lot of people even listen to the fucking show, right? I mean, a lot of people did, I guess, because I would hear like the people like kind of make comments while they were listening, but a lot of it was just like, oh, there's no kind of dojo anymore. Let's just go here and turn this into our own little dojo.
Yeah,
and I won't say the Finn forced us out, but the style of our show at the time. Really didn't mesh with the vision of what Finn had in place for Pulp Epic. I mean, I mean, it's weird looking back too, because the style of the show that I used to do and the style of the show now is vastly different as well, right?
Yes.
And in a way, like Finn predicted the natural evolution of where I was going to go with the show. But at the time, it was just like, how dare you like suppress freedom of speech? Good day, sir.
Right.
And it wasn't that. I mean, we kind of used it as a springboard to basically say we wanted our own kind of control over things. And Nick, and I, thought about like doing our own website for a while, and then it was almost a form of protest. Everyone was kind of jumping ship at the same time. Stefan was coming over, IAB was coming over to Supernauts, and I was talking to Nick, and I was just like, man, website would be a lot of work. They already got a website. I hate the name. I hate the name Supernauts.
Oh yeah, the Supernauts was always a bad name.
It's a terrible name for a website. Yeah. I was like, but you know what? It's less work. We can just focus on the show, and that's what we did. I mean, we weren't doing this live or anything. It was recorded. I had to edit it. I had to add. So it was a whole production. Like it was, and again, it was quick turnaround time. Right? I would record the show at like 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and have a finished product out by like noon. on a Sunday. It was tough. It was a tough thing. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, and then so we joined the Supernauts. We became kind of like part of the Supernauts podcasting network, and and that's what. And then me and you kind of just joined forces and tried to make the Supernauts into something quite more than it was, and we started getting there, right? I mean, but the problem is, these are people volunteering their time. These are people that they don't want to be reliable in a way. They don't want to have they don't want it to be work,
right?
Which I understand. I can get that.
It's a tough place too.
It's a really hard line to kind of follow in regards to you want to push them to say, hey, we can make this website awesome if we get the content. Content is king, and like have a weekly schedule and blah blah blah. It sounds good on paper, right? The problem is, in reality, these people don't want that. They have lives. Some of them have jobs.
Right. But that's it. So we joined forces. Yeah. And then we did movies and stuff. We did just as a podcast. Yep. And then we decided to switch over to YouTube, and then just one thing led to another, and we decided to go live. I think Star Wars might have been our first live show, right?
I think so. Yeah. It was weird too. Because we were talking about once Supernauts kind of stalled out for us, and we kind of saw that we can't. Can't do what we wanted to. We kind of figured it's like, okay, well, let's shift gears and dedicate all of our resources to movies and stuff, and let's go video, right? Let's move to YouTube, because at the time it made sense. Like, oh, YouTube embraces content people. And this is a couple years ago, people.
Yeah, right.
This is a couple years ago when YouTube actually did embrace content creators and was trying to push for this whole live thing, and that's what really sparked us to say, oh, okay, well, let's go live. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, and that's what we've been doing from that point on. We just came over here, we started doing that, and that's it. That's the story. And most
pretty much the story,
I mean, most of you've been watching since then, so.
Yeah, and I guess let's get back to I guess some of the questions coming up is why is Abe leaving? Why is Abe leaving the show? I don't even know the answer to that, people. Like, we're not going to get an answer from him at all.
You're not going to get.
There is probably no one answer.
I'm a mystery wrapped in an enigma. You know what it is, Talia? You kept shooting me down so many times. I can't. You just kept saying no. I don't want to do the show, and that's it. You broke me. You broke me, Talia.
I want to say that the 2 downvotes are because you're leaving, but that's not the case. Truth be told, people, Abe just couldn't handle the downvotes anymore. He's got a very fragile ego, and those downvotes he would be crying after the shows and someone gave me a downvote.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. Complete opposite of that. Abe doesn't give a fuck about your downvotes. Downvotes are more.
No, yeah, I live off downvotes.
At this point, he's leaving. He is. It's like, guys, go back to all of our shows and give us downvotes. Is what he said.
Exactly. Go to all of them. Downvote every single one. That's what I'll be doing when the show's over tonight. So.
So it makes sense.
So does Marty run the show? That's not funny. Marty is very capable of running the show.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to pick up some of the hosting duties.
Co-hosting. Does that mean he's gonna talk over you more or less?
Well, I mean, he's gonna have more of an opportunity to talk because I'm gonna have to actually keep this whole production going.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I'd have to say is I had to take on the talking part because you actually ran the show, Abe.
Right.
I think that you had to make sure that this building didn't crumble around us.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I don't want to put words into your mouth of why you're leaving. I do think one of the biggest frustrations is, we put a lot of effort into this. We really gave it a shot to try to build the show, and we have these great people that are watching right now, and it's a nice community. We just just hasn't. It's kind of stalled out, right? It's just kind of.
It has stalled out. There's no doubt. Yeah.
And I can imagine that you have other vested interests, and
I'm out there, baby. I'm out there.
Yeah. So I don't know. You come across as this person that's like you're just gonna kind of like maybe you'll just fade off and do nothing. But I don't see that. I could see you getting involved into something else at some point.
Maybe
I don't know what.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea what.
Right.
Because you did the website thing. I don't. But that's a frustrating thing, Abe. Is that you are a very talented person. Like you didn't have like a website background of building websites, and you didn't have a background of building a web show. You didn't have these backgrounds, and you just fucking learned how to do it.
Yeah, that's what we do. That we were just problem solvers every step of the way. Yeah.
And I could see you getting involved in something else. I honestly think I know you're just gonna end up at Loomings. You're gonna go back into podcasting.
Yes, it's gonna be. I'm going for Chris's job.
Does that say you get well?
Yeah.
No,
Once I heard
there.
stories about short-haired baristas, I was like, I got to be a part of this show. I'm just gonna say that. So.
You always did have a soft spot in your heart for veggie lasagna, and
I did. Boy, howdy! I know I was one of the only people, but man, that show just always cracked me up. And,
you really did.
Yeah, and Tom and Chris really made me laugh. In all those months, they struggled so hard to make a show here on YouTube with the vegetable lasagna show. It killed me. It just made me laugh every fucking week, whether it was intentional or not. It was one of the funniest things around.
I give them so much credit for giving it a shot. I mean, they're fucking filmmakers. You think they would have figured it out at some point. But looking at the numbers, like they didn't pull in. Granted, looking at their numbers and looking at our numbers now, it's not much difference from what they were pulling in versus what we're pulling in now.
No.
But their comments were off the chart. I did I looked at the analytics today, and our most commented episode ever was an episode of Veggie Lasagna that got 370 comments.
There was something about that, yeah. Veggie Lasagna kind of filled the void that you and Nick left, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Just people kind of flocked to it in a way.
It did become on Mondays kind of a little party show, on over at the Supernauts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it had no competition. It had like fucking, the Imaginarium to go up against it.
Right.
I think Scott got a comment sometime last month.
Yeah.
But you should totally go support Scott's GoFundMe, everybody.
Did he hit it? Did he hit the goal?
No, Scott has a GoFundMe to keep the old site that Dan and I were on going. He needs $300. And
he's close though.
He's close. Yeah.
He's close. That's what I'm saying. I think he's close to hitting the goal.
Jordan, our old friend Jordan, made a sizable donation. I don't know how college students have that kind of money, but
he's a paid writer for a while, right? Wasn't he working at?
He was over at Billy's site.
Billy's site, right?
What was it?
When he was paying.
This is Infamous. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Yeah, Billy called me one time just to find out about the Supernauts, but he always kind of looked down on people that were doing the volunteer writing.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't be a snob and pay people. We didn't have any money.
Yeah, we had no money.
No. We lost money.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. And I think that was part of Abe's frustration is like, I could be gambling this money right now.
Right.
Why am I spending it on these chumps if they're not going to put out content when I ask them to?
Right.
I look back at the Supernauts and it was a fun time. I enjoyed writing.
Mm-hmm.
Did. And,
You took on Harry with the DVD column, right?
I did, yeah.
You took on Harry Knowles? Yeah.
I did. Out of pretty much just spite of, every time he did not do a DVD column, I put out a DVD column.
Right.
So I did that for a while. I did some reviews. I did some other writing. I was trying to keep it regular. I was trying to do at least one or two things a week for the site. I had no fucking time. I really, I still don't have time.
Yeah. Well, that was that's one of the problems that we ran into with movies and stuff is we both started losing more and more time during the day. When you were freelancing, it was the things were a little bit easier.
Yeah. And that's when we were doing a lot of the interviews. and stuff like that. Yeah, it really, because here's the thing is, it got to the point too where if I was gonna message you on Google Hangouts or whatever, it gets to the point where I didn't want to even talk about the show. I just kind of wanted to bullshit.
Right.
I'd rather just like commiserate and just talk about other stuff, and then just like, oh yeah about the show. So
Yeah.
the show almost became like a secondary aspect of
Hanging out,
yeah, exactly. It was just like, we'd end up just talking sports, or we ended up talking anything, and then say, oh yeah, what kind of show we're going to do this week. Mm-hmm. So I think that became part of it. It was with less and less time. It was harder to kind of plan out what we're going to do and the direction of the show. I still don't have a direction of the show. Like, honestly, like
you got you got the reins now. Marty can't tell
exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't predict dramatic changes. I don't sweeping changes. I think the format. In general, I like the format. Right? You pick a movie, whatever it is, new release, video on demand, old movie. You pick something, and. Oh, wait, so Marty's watching with no sound so we can say whatever we want. See, that's a trap, though, because he'll listen at some point.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't really say anything.
I think he's lying. I don't think the volume's turned down. I think he's Costanzaing us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's quite possible. Can the crowd just downvote you independently?
I don't know how you do that, but we can probably work something out.
If, again, Abe's problem solver, you can probably just have a button that somehow registers like a vote somewhere. I don't know where. It actually end up you voting for the next president somehow.
Oh, yeah. Just make sure you don't mean to accidentally vote for Pat Buchanan.
Did that happen to you once?
No, that was the whole story in Florida in 2000.
Yeah. Hanging Chad.
Yeah. Yes. We meant to vote for Al Gore, not Pat Buchanan.
Yeah. Whatever. Which makes a lot more sense.
Yes. I bet the downvotes do stop after I leave. I bet I was the one causing all the downvotes. My negativity. Yes. You fucking degenerates love your corporate fucking media.
I guess honestly, YouTube's got to play a part in this too. I still have listen to me, I'm dead serious. I have not gotten a direct answer of why Abe's leaving. So if you're asking me, if you're asking me independently why Abe's leaving, I don't fucking know.
I can sidestep every question possible.
You really could. When the conversation started coming up, I got like 6 different answers in one day.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't think it's any of those. I think I was close though. I think I was close with one.
Oh.
I think I was close to figuring it out. You shut it down immediately. That's why.
Was it? What's that?
It's the fact that I seem to not be able to hang on to co-hosts for a while.
I didn't shoot that down. I gave you the "it's not you, it's me" speech.
Yeah. So then that's totally it.
Yeah, and
totally
you went all Costanza on us then. If it's anybody, it's me.
It's me, right? So Marty better watch out.
Yeah.
He won't be able to do it. Marty's been dealing with me for, I don't know what, 13 years, something like that.
And vice versa.
So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's take a look back. We did, I don't know how many shows we've done. Like 200-something shows.
Has it been that many?
We have 270 videos, I think, up on YouTube.
Well, so pretty close.
It's like 200-something shows, I think.
Yeah.
So, for a while, we were doing one a week, plus we had additional content, plus we were doing Master Debaters, and so I don't know if me and you personally have done 200. Maybe with the podcast, it's been a shitload, right? Let's start back with interviews. We did a lot of interviews. What was your favorite interview that we did?
Tracy Lords, maybe.
That's a good one.
Tracy Lords, Daniel Knopf. Those two that was the 1-2 punch.
That was really good.
Yeah, Daniel Knopf was so much fun, and Tracy was so much fun too.
Yeah. I'd say there's a couple that didn't go so well. I think Julia Nixon was a great one.
Yeah, remember she did not want to do it.
She didn't.
She tried to back out on us, and I
Like
wouldn't let
4
her.
times. Yeah.
Right, 4 times. Yeah, and I kept hounding her.
And she finally did it, and it's probably one of our most popular episodes.
And
of all
she
time.
had fun at the end. She thanked us.
did.
She thanked
She
us.
did.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she like Facebooked the link out, and she retweeted, and she was great.
Yeah.
With that.
Oh, that's right. Daniel Knopf. Daniel Knopf. I have to take him off the list. He's not my favorite. He tweeted the interview too, but called us Dan and Tom.
Oh, I like the people that actually made a point of remembering our names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just at the end, it's like, thank you, then.
Yeah.
So Tracy Lures, yeah, that was a really good one. Let's see. There was a couple that we had some technical issues on, right? So you ended up having to talk to what's his name? By yourself.
Abel Ferreira.
Abel Ferreira by yourself.
He was jerking us around too for so long before we got that going. And then he just pulled it out like, I'm ready to go right now kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he couldn't connect to my Skype.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that was a joke.
So that was a bad one. And then we had issues, I guess, with the Barbara Crampton connecting up there. You were supposed to do the Barbara Crampton interview.
Oh,
with
right.
me.
But you had to go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened too.
Yep.
And maybe Jeffrey Combs too.
No, yeah, Combs, yeah.
I think there's a couple of them back to back. No, we got a lot of good ones. Ronald Moore.
I'm still not a fan of that one.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that one. Yeah, I feel like he and we just didn't connect with him very well, and he didn't connect with us very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt very robotic. I was never a big fan of that one.
Let's see. Talia sang David Patrick Kelly. Yeah, I did that one solo.
Yeah, you did that one solo.
It was a great interview though.
He's so much
Oh
fun.
no, I did that with Nick.
Did you do
that
it with
one with Nick? Yeah. Yep. That was like an hour-long conversation.
Yeah.
Penelope Ann Miller. That was fun. She was
fun.
good. She was good.
Man, we fucking should have prepped better for that one because she would have kept going. We could have gone right into Carlito's Way. We could have gone to anything. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was ready to talk. We
we could have gone on
lot of
forever.
fun.
Yeah.
The dude from American Psycho that we talked to.
Oh yeah. When he was filming Happen Leonard
He was filming Hammond Lemonade at the same time.
in the thunderstorm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's fun. Yeah, a lot of fun interviews. It's something that I would like to try to bring back. Maybe not,
Every week.
every week. Yeah, that was tough. It was a grind. Honestly, if you just look at those early days of me, quote unquote, training Abe on the interview get process, if you will, it was just like, all right, Abe, just imagine that you're in a bar because you're gonna shoot out 100 different messages. Maybe you get one back.
Yeah. Well, remember the shocking part, and this is what I did actually like about the Ron Moore thing, is it took months, and then he came back and said he was going to do it.
Oh yeah.
And then because Ron Moore talked a little bit of shit on Carnival's writing room,
yeah,
I was able
That's
to.
how we get
I basically goaded Daniel Knopf into doing that interview. Well, Ron Moore said this. Ron Moore said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, we had Boone, and Boone had done our show.
Oh right.
And
that
so
crazy fucking family. Yeah.
So someone had asked in the comments in one of our shows of how we get these interviews. Honestly, it's just parlaying previous interviews. You just get a couple and you link them up.
Yeah.
So and so has worked with so and so. So you just name drop. And so with Daniel Knopf, it was like, oh, we did an interview with Mark Boone Jr. and Ronald D. Moore, and Ronald D. Moore said X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, we made sure he knew about what Ron Moore said.
Yeah.
About his show. So yeah.
And you try to find these actors that have been in so many different movies that that they've worked with a good amount of people. Honestly, when I was going through the IMDb list, is this person worked with Al Leong, this person worked with Al Leong, this person worked with Al Leong. So it's just it was all right. There's your one. And Getty Watanabe, I was like, all right, he did a bunch of things.
Yeah, and we used Barry Gifford to get what's his name, the co-writer of Fire Walk with Me. Yeah.
Engels, Robert Engels.
Yeah, Robert Engels. Yeah,
Engels.
We just always tried to connect things together. Obviously they didn't work together, but they both knew Lynch.
No.
So.
Yeah, they connected through Lynch.
Yeah.
And same thing, David Patrick Kelly. I had David Patrick Kelly who connected through Lynch as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we did it. But it was a grind, man. It was work. It was so much fucking work. Those early days were just like, we put a lot of effort into it. And
yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for people that said they'd be on the show.
That's
never,
right.
Yeah, like Roger Avery. Where are you?
Roger Avery, Michael Mann.
Michael Mann. Yeah. God, I wanted Michael Mann so bad.
Michael Mann would have been so awesome. When I saw that he said yes, I'm like,
yeah,
holy shit.
We had a composer too who said yes, and I can't remember who it was, but then he blew us off later.
Yeah, it was one of the like there was a name. He had a name.
No, I know it was. Fuck yeah, I can't remember anymore. But yeah, they always say yes, and then you can hound them for a while, but then you got to just back off and accept that they fucking they're Hollywood people. They're all a bunch of pussies. They don't like they don't like being. Oh, it was Goldenthal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
Said, yeah, but it's just Hollywood people, like, some of them, one of them, I don't want to say who, she had a bad plane flight, so made us wait 2.5 weeks before we could interview her. She had a rough plane flight. Hollywood people.
Oh, let's see. Gorgar saying,
where's he been?
That purple background. Yeah.
He hasn't been around for a while, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he comes and goes. He was an old school Shut Up Kids listener.
Gorgar?
Yeah. I knew him from the old Talkbacker days. Yeah. So, favorite episode though. Do you have a favorite episode that we did?
I did like the Point Break episode we did. Because that's when we're able to drill down to the point that Keanu Reeves solves the whole case by looking at somebody's ass.
That's right.
The whole plot,
I remember that one.
The whole plot point of Point Break revolved around Keanu seeing some guy's ass.
That's a fair point. I remember laughing at that one.
That was a good one. That was a funny one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of my favorites in recent memory is the Wonder Woman one.
That was a good one.
Because of the definition of love.
That was classic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's such a weird, awkward moment of the show.
That was so much fun. Justin's awesome. He's something else, man. He can bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Some episodes that didn't work though.
Oh man, I know my top episode still is that the debate show about feminism, where Justin and Amanda just kind of stared at each other in silence the whole fucking episode.
And then we had the bright idea of bringing them back on the show. What, 2 more times, I think?
2 more times, I think it was, yeah. That dad one didn't work.
I'd say my first go at the show with you being away.
Was that the baseball?
That was baseball. Oof. Yeah, me and Marty. Could not get a show. I mean, it started. It just started.
You hit stream, yeah.
It started a stream. It didn't go anywhere. It started. A couple people watched.
Was that the 12-year-old MacBook laptop?
You're 12. Oh, at this point now, it's 7.
Okay.
Oh, it's so bad now.
Yeah.
So bad. I had brought it to me when I was in Miami, because I knew that work stuff would come up, and certainly work stuff came up on my vacation, and I tried to fire it up.
Yeah.
And talking to my boss, and she's like, "All right, did you open the Excel spreadsheet?" I'm like, "Oh, whoa, hold on there. It's one Excel spreadsheet on a 7-year-old MacBook. Chill out.
Yeah,
I need like 5 more minutes.
It'll be a while, yeah.
It might open."
I remember those days. If you had to reboot, it's like, well, we're going late tonight.
That's it. Yeah, we're done. We're done. And, let's have this dependable. See, I get the dependable computer, and then you quit.
You got this under control now. You don't need me. Oh, Talia's saying you should get Juliette Lewis. You should get Juliette Lewis. You should ask her if she views herself as a sex symbol. I remember back in the day when message boards were brand new, one of the biggest fights I ever saw online, this is like early 90s, was somebody called Juliette Lewis sexy. and it blew up. Like, is Juliette Lewis sexy or not? Biggest fight I ever saw on the internet at the time. It was amazing. You should totally get her just to ask that.
Oh. Breaking news: Abe quits over poor hardware. That's not breaking news.
No. My hardware's intact, boy.
Oh. Who was one of the interviews that you regret that we didn't get? Other than the ones we
was it Michael Mann? Oh,
Mike Mann, yeah. Like someone that just shot us down or just ignored us, or
who did I really, really want? I'm trying to think now. Shit. Ah, damn. I should have just pulled up the fucking email account.
Yeah, that's right.
Scroll through sent emails.
Yeah.
You know, we always wanted to get Lynch. We were always working towards getting Lynch. Yeah. And then, Twin Peaks happened, and obviously he didn't have any time in him.
Yeah, that was it. We were done.
I mean, we were inching closer and closer. Who were we going to get who was connected to Lynch?
His wife.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. I mean, that was always the plan, was to keep inching forward. And then Barry Gifford's like, oh, just call David.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah help us out, Barry.
Yeah, right.
That's one. We always wanted to get Lynch, and it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah. Gifford was fun, though, man. Gifford was really fun.
I loved that.
When we were, was just talking to us. He had no idea what a podcast was. Mm-mm. Like, his agent had to explain to him what a podcast was. I thought it was great. That was one of the shows that we redid, too. Like, we did it as an audio show, and then we redid it as a video show. And I think the video one came out better than the audio one. It gave you more time to think.
Yeah.
About what you were trying to say. Mm. Yeah.
That was good. Who's the... fuck it, I don't care. You don't have to say. There was some director that kept jerking you off, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then she backed out.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I got to go to the dentist. And then...
It was the director of True Genius, right?
Was it True Genius?
Yeah, I think so. Real Genius. Sorry, Real Genius.
Yeah.
The director of Real Genius.
She was like, she busted out the dentist excuse on you.
It's like 7 times.
Martha Coolidge, yeah.
It's like 7 times, and it's just I was like, all right, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she ended up doing an interview with one of that one's like a competitor show, but like a similar format of a show. She ended up doing an interview with them because they were persistent. They dealt with the day. I was like, all right.
I thought you gave up after 4 tries. Yeah. Yeah, I got to be more consistent. Yeah. Once there was one person that was surprised we couldn't get, and that was Sean Young.
Yeah.
We had her direct email. We emailed her, and she just never would respond.
Yeah.
Sean Young, what the hell are you doing now?
Ali Sheedy, right? You tried to get her?
I tried to get her for War Games. She yeah. Ali isn't doing press around. We're not really press.
Yeah, right.
We're not going to ask tough questions or anything.
Yeah. Our dozens of viewers, they don't care, Ali.
Yeah. I'm actually scrolling through now. Lars von Trier. That would have been epic. Lance Guest blew us off. The guy from Last Starfighter.
Mm. Who was it though? It wasn't Lars von Trier. It was who did RoboCop? Who directed RoboCop? Come on! Total Recall.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank now. I don't know what his name is. Oh fuck! Of course. Verhoeven.
Verhoeven wasn't like a direct no. It was more like, he's busy shooting. You should check back at a certain time, and I never check back. Right. I figured that was like, it's probably a no.
Yeah.
Because that would have been fun. I remember, yeah. He was filming a movie. He was I think he was in the south of France or something like that. He was filming a movie. Yeah. Tom Noonan was interesting. Tom Noonan was an interesting interview I did.
He was fun.
And he got mad at me at one point. Because I didn't contact him about doing Monster Squad.
Oh, that's right.
Because I had done a couple of interviews for Monster Squad, and he's like, well, why didn't you reach out to me? I'm like, my bad?
Yeah.
Highlander.
Oh, yeah, my boy, Russell Mulcahy.
Mulcahy.
Remember
Yeah.
he missed his deadline the first time.
Yeah.
We were going to do it that one night, and he called me 30 minutes later to apologize,
That's right.
and we had to
That's
do it
right.
the next day.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
See, that's why we had flexibility, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at that point, I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Like, we work around people's schedules now. It's just,
Right. Yeah, we'd have to move heaven and earth. I did try and get Mr. T, and Mr. T didn't want to do it.
no, Mr. Chief.
I
no.
totally wanted to do Rocky 3 with Mr. T.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
God damn. Yeah.
That would have been great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should get Talia. It looks like she's down for some interviews, boy.
You tried to get Talia on the show so many times, and she shut you
Oh, I
down
know. She shot me down.
so many
I mean,
times.
I chased her around the globe,
Yeah,
Poland to Canada.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, well.
I don't see Pony Boy on right now. He had sound issues with our show last week. Maybe he never resolved those.
Could be.
So what do you think? What do you think about the future of the show? What should I do?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I like your idea of doing an occasional interview.
Yeah.
And since you're flying solo, you can do that. You can work with your schedule.
I mean, I'm not solo anymore. I got Marty.
Well, I mean, you can do the interview solo if you wanted to.
Sure.
Yeah. Marty's like, you can treat Marty like Gary the retard right now. So.
Oh God! Stop.
Oh man. If you can get Julie Delpy, I might come back for that one. I love the idea of the game show. I know Dan had talked about doing a trivia show for a while. I think that'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah, and you can do it live, dude.
Yeah.
You can do it live. Yeah. Give out a little prize for the winner.
Just find random things in my fucking house to
There
send
you
them.
go. There you go.
I got a fucking awesome bottle of Japanese whiskey that I'm going to drink after the show, and then I'll send you that empty bottle. That'll be
bottle.
a gift.
Yes.
Empty, not the Japanese whiskey. I'm going to drink that, but you can get the empty bottle.
The empty-
It's done.
I like it. Yeah.
Weekly Blu-ray column. I'm just going to do a weekly Blu-ray column on the show.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're in the hospital last week, Talia. You're so very sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I saw that in the comments on another episode. And she says she'd love to be on the show. See, Abe, you have to come back so you can have a show with Talia. That's a spinoff. You and Talia have a show together, right?
There you go. Yeah. We'll just start doing spin-offs. Yes.
You should. See, that's what I imagine is that you're just gonna leave this show and start doing spin-offs and just have other people.
It'll be like after MASH or
Yeah, you're just gonna kick like Kyle off of the Jack Random show and
then take over that. And, yeah.
Take over that.
Like I'm the token white guy now.
Yeah. Abe, you're white? I had no idea.
Oh, you're colorblind.
See, I don't see color.
You don't see color.
I don't see color. I hear the smooth tones of your voice, and I just
No.
assume. Yeah. Wait, we're live. I can see you. I can see you. Holy shit. Yeah. All right, let's start wrapping up.
Yeah, it's about
Guess
that
we
time.
Reminisced a bit. Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Like, I don't want to get all sappy and emotional, but it's been awesome. It's been awesome. A couple of years doing the show with you. It's gonna be different.
It will be.
It's gonna be just different. It's gonna be weird. Not bullshit with you about what's coming up with the show and seeing it all come together.
Yeah. or not come together,
Yeah.
as the case may be.
Right. Sometimes it did. Sometimes it did.
Occasionally.
So yeah, it definitely when you told me that you're planning to leave the show, it was it's tough.
I know,
Stuff. I was
I know,
like,
sorry.
and
But
So-
I wouldn't have left the show if I was going to kill the show. You are more than capable of running the show by yourself. You don't need anybody. You can do this. Yeah. You more than anybody can do this.
that said, the show's gonna die soon. You know that.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, I mean,
You're gonna-
if movies and stuff dies, that's fine. Go do your own fucking thing. You don't need movies and stuff. You can go do your own thing. Start over. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can do anything you want. You've got the knowledge and you know how to do it.
Yeah. This would be my last hurrah. Movies and stuff is the last hurrah. I'm serious. Like there's this will be it. Like if well when I call this quits, I'll be done with podcasting.
Right.
And yeah, I will be. No, that'll be it. Like movies and stuff will be it for me. And
no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just a rat bastard. That's all. I'm just.
Why are you a rat bastard?
Oh yeah, maybe when you re-listen to the music cues I'm playing right now, you'll.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep,
Great.
So, yes.
All right.
I have no real emotion. Why are you playing Celine Dion? There you go. Talia outed me. Yes.
All right. There you go.
I don't have real feelings like other people.
He doesn't.
Sorry. No.
He doesn't. He really doesn't fucking care at this point. I'm trying to say goodbye, and he's like, "Fuck you," whatever.
No. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it with you guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now it's time to move on. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. We're done. I'll be back next week. Live 9 p.m. Eastern. Marty will be back with me.
Boo!
We'll have a show. Talk about movies and stuff. And yeah, Abe's dead to us now.
Ah!
So we'll leave it at that.
Alrighty.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.